Election day is here. However, fear not. They're still working on Wall Street. They don't stop for much. Let's go ahead and get to the Money Master now. The Director of Financial Newsletters at Newsmax.com, Jeff Yastine, joins us. Here we go, Jeff. Looking at the numbers I see, really not a whole heck of a lot going on here. It's still just kind of like treading water, right?
Yeah, it's one of those days. The Wall Street's going sideways. Just waiting to see what the election results bring, and then if we're going to see fireworks to the upside or the downside, it's more likely we're going to see them tomorrow and in the days ahead.
Is there any thinking from your experience, knowing whether it's Democrat, Republican, which one really then shakes up Wall Street and gets the Dow moving in a positive direction?
You know, when I've seen the various, this is a subject that's been studied a lot, and when I've seen those reports, it seems like mostly what works best is when you have a gridlock government, either a heavily Democratic Congress and a Republican president, or vice versa, because neither side can do that much damage to the other, and the economy can move forward. But I mean, how much of that's really true for that reason, or is it just the luck of the draws? I think remains to be seen.
They're all guessing. Let's deal in some facts here today. The Commerce Department trade numbers are out. The trade gap is widening, lower export numbers. So is this pretty much telling us it's going to be a slow end of the year?
Possibly. Now, a lot of this is due to the value of the dollar, which has been going up and up and up. As the dollar gets more expensive, it makes American goods that are sold in these overseas markets also more expensive. And, you know, considering that Europe is basically in a recession, and Japan is having its problems, Russia is having its problems, all these other major consuming regions of the world having their economies in trouble, it makes, obviously, U.S. goods just not very attractive to buy. And we're seeing the results of that. On the other hand, in this country, with the fall in energy prices that we've seen, that's encouraging people to go out and buy. So overall, you know, U.S. economic activity may slow a bit, but you know, net, it probably evens, the two even each other out.
All right, the Alibaba earnings report came in today. I love playing with numbers like these. Here we go. Net income up 15%, revenue up 54% to $2.74 billion, but the profit margin shrank to a two-year low of 18%. I love playing with these numbers. What does it all mean?
I think what it means is that Alibaba is clearly growing, but a lot of this is already factored into the IPO price. When it came public, and the shares are up 3% today. And the question is, how much more can it really grow? And the other thing that I think Wall Street's going to start looking at soon is, with Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba, looking into a lot of these diversification strategies, buying internet assets in the United States and other places outside of the home court advantage that Alibaba has in China. You wonder, well, they have to do a lot of things right, and it's very easy for a company to waste a lot of money buying overpriced assets. We all remember, not all of us, but I remember when Sony was really at the top of its game back in the 80s, and they went out and bought Columbia Pictures, and Coca-Cola did that same thing years earlier before that even. So there's really remains to be seen how well they can do that sort of a game.
Price of poker is going up. Here we go. About a minute left to go. Saudis, they cut the price of oil. The oil market is freaking out, to put it very nicely here now. Further price declines and also pressure on the U.S. energy producers, correct?
Yeah, truly, that is the case here. But for a lot of the shale oil productions going on here, from what I'm reading and what I'm hearing from my contacts, generally they need to see a sustained price below $70 a barrel for a long period of time before you're going to really see a lot of these companies tail off. Most of them are smaller, they have lower price points, and it's going to really take a lot for them to really shut off their valves in oil valves in North Dakota, Pennsylvania, and places like that where so much U.S. production is coming from these days.
Good news, folks. Maybe even further price declines. Who knows? $1 a gallon gasoline by Christmas? Yeah, right, in my dreams. Jeff, always a pleasure, my friend. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Thanks, Ed.
Reminder once again that if you want to find out what we're cooking right here on the Newsmax Money side, go to our Money News. That's at Newsmax.com. Click on Money. You'll get right there. Find out what Jeff and the gang are working on, always 24/7. And don't forget, if you want to find out about a covert plan to unleash financial havoc that Jeff has got cooking right now, go to FIRcollapse.com. We will not collapse in our coverage of the midterms because, quite frankly, we're barely even getting started. Because coming up at 7 o'clock Eastern Time tonight, Steve Molsberg, live from New York, will bring us the pregame show and get us ready with all the midterm information. 8 o'clock until midnight Eastern Time. Yours truly, everybody else, right here manning the desk. We cover the election on Newsmax.